Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. I am going to blame my mother for this haul. I went to Barnes & Noble on her behalf because she lives in Panama and there's a magazine that she wanted and she asked me to go see if I could find it here, and they do not carry that magazine, but they did carry a lot of books, some of which I bought, and I want to tell you about them. So before I do that, it's not that this is a sponsored video necessarily, but I did get these book accessories for free to tell you about them. So you might have seen them on Instagram, but they're the Talisma, where's your face? Book reading accessories. So you put them on your finger like this, and then you can open them up, open your book up like this, which is kind of cool. It actually kind of puts it in a different place than what I where I would typically hold a book open. I think I'm more of a, like, this kind of person, but it's really cute. They're cute. I would buy something like this as a gift for a friend that I know is a big reader. So they have this style, and this is the, whatever wood color this is. And then they have a couple, let me put it over here. Then they have a couple that are made of two-tone wood, and those are really cool. I would totally buy some of those for myself. And then they have the ones that are shaped like a heart that are actually pretty adorable. Like this. They have a couple of different finger hole sizes. So those are really cute. And then the other thing that they sent me was a bookmark slash letter opener slash shank, which I also really like. And it's so smooth and lightweight and really pretty. So thanks so much to the folks over at Talisma for sending those to me. I really like them. All right, the other thing is that I have been a brand rep for a company called Novel Grounds. And so there have been a number of things that I've gotten from them, mostly what I paid for because I love this stuff so much, but I get a little bit of a discount. So like this little bag right here and this one. So I ordered these because they're related to the Grishaverse, which I've really enjoyed Leigh Bardugo's world building for those. And then Megan, who runs the company, also sent me this one. And so the reps got this, which I think is so cute. And I hope that she ends up putting this pattern on something because I really like it. All right, so that's enough product stuff. But I love stuff. And my mama is going to watch this video and she's going to ask me how come I didn't show any stuff. And so I have to show you guys some stuff every single time so that I don't get in trouble with my mom. Okay, so I went to Barnes & Noble. Like I said, her fault, forced me to buy things. I ended up getting 6 books because they had the buy one, get one 50% off tables out. And they had a lot of things that I had already been thinking of. So I think everything I got was off of those tables. Even though one of the books I got wasn't on that table, I'm pretty sure somehow they all ended up going together. So I'll take it. The first one I've been just looking at. I love this cover. I love the 20 Renaissance style, particularly as it relates to women of color. And I don't even know if this person's supposed to be of color, but the ambiguous nature of her ethnicity really sells the cover of this book for me. 1925. Chicago is the jazz capital of the world, and the Dreamland Cafe is the ritziest black and tan club in town. Honoree Delacour is a sharecropper's daughter, willing to work hard and dance every night on her way to the top. Dreamland offers a path to the good life, socializing with celebrities like Louis Armstrong and filmmaker Oscar Micheaux. Micheaux. But Chicago is also awash in bootleg whiskey, gambling, and gangsters, and a young woman driven by ambition might risk more than she can stand to lose. 2015. Film student Sawyer Hayes arrives at the bedside of 110-year-old Henri Delacour, still reeling from a devastating loss that has taken him right to the brink. Sawyer has rested all his hope on this frail but formidable woman, the only living link to the legendary Oscar Micheaux. If he's right, if she can fill in the blanks in his research, perhaps he can complete his thesis and begin a new chapter in his life. But the links Henri makes are not one he's expecting. Piece by piece, Henri reveals her past and her secrets, while Sawyer fights tooth and nail to keep his. In a story of courage and ambition, hot jazz and illicit passions, and as past meets present, for Henri, it's a final chance to be truly heard and seen before it's too late, no matter the cost. So I think maybe you've heard me talk about how difficult I think it is to do well two storylines in different timelines. And that there have been a number of books that I've read recently that I think really did one time really well and the other one was really lackluster or just not as interesting. So I love that concept, and I love when that happens and it's really done well, like the 7.5 Husbands of Evelyn. Oh, I'm getting it mixed up with the Evelyn Hardcastle book. Evelyn Hugo. Yeah. The Taylor Jenkins Reid book. Loved that. But then thinking about the final revival of Opal and Nev, I really liked the past story and I didn't really like the present story as much. It was fine, I just didn't like it as much. Or the Lost Apothecary. That's another example. Actually DNF'd that book because I was so disinterested in the current story. So I'm excited to read this one. It's definitely a cover purchase for me. I love the cover and I'm interested really in reading it. I probably won't get to it until July because I have so many books for June already and a couple of buddy reads planned. I'm not going to try and, double down. I've got a lot of other things going on for work and stuff. It's going to be probably a light reading summer for me. So I'm not going to push it too much. But if anybody's interested in buddy reading this and doing an Instagram live with me in July, let me know because I would be down for that. We could also do it on YouTube if you want. Okay. Another book that I got off of the BOGOS table. What? Oh, that's weird. Look at that. Oh, what happens there? Long Division by K.C. Lehman. So if you haven't read any of his essays or his novel-length essay, Heavy, I would definitely recommend you read up with this guy's writing. He's phenomenal and powerful and relatable, and it's just great reading and great reflecting. So let's see. I'm pretty sure it doesn't confirm pronouns in the thing, but I'm almost positive that he uses he, him pronouns. Told in two separate stories and written with sharp humor and deep humanity, Long Division is an ambitious mix of contemporary Southern Gothic and Murakami-esque magical realism. In the first of the two stories, set in 2013, 14-year-old Sidney Coulson becomes an overnight YouTube celebrity after an onstage meltdown during a nationally televised Can You Use That Word in a Sentence contest. The next day, he's sent to stay with his grandmother in a small Mississippi community where a young girl named Baez Shepard has recently disappeared. Before leaving, Sidney is given a strange book called Long Division without an author. He learns that one of the book's main characters is also named Sidney Coulson, but Long Division is set in 1985. Siddy's two stories ultimately converge in the work shed behind his grandmother's house, where he discovers the key to Baez's disappearance. Intimately attuned to the confusion of young Black Americans who live under the shadow of a history that they gropingly understand. This dreamlike novel shows the work young Black people must do in a country where racialized inequality is persistent but mutable, that the past is not the present, but isn't either entirely past. Yeah. I'm ready for that. All right. Obviously, do I have to keep talking about wolves, Red Riding Hood, fairy tales, retellings? I love them. Give them to me. I love them. Drop your recommendations. The first daughter is for the throne. The second daughter is for the wolf. I loved it. I was completely swept away by the Jodi Picoult. I don't care what Jodi Picoult had to say about the book. Let me read the description. This summary. His eyes arc away from her to the waiting wilderwood beyond their ring of cleared ground. I warned you before, Red. None of the stories here have happy endings. As the only second daughter born in centuries, Red has one purpose: to be sacrificed to the wolf in the wilderwood in the hope he'll return the world's captured gods. Red is almost relieved to go. Plagued by a dangerous power she can't control, she knows that at least in the wilderwood, she can't hurt those she loves again. But the legends lie. The wolf is a man, not a monster. Her magic is a calling, not a curse. And if she doesn't learn how to use it, the monsters the gods have become will swallow the wilderwood and her world whole. Man, can I just like, could the words just flow into my brain? That would be awesome. Look how satisfying this is. So nice. Barnes & Noble apparently has a monthly pick, and this was on it, as was Long Division. So I'm going to guess, because those are different color stickers, that it was for different months. But I don't know what Barnes & Noble does. Oh, I love a clean removal sticker. Lovely, lovely. Okay. Infinity Sun by Adam Silvera. Okay, I love Adam Silvera. I love him. He's my boyfriend. No, just kidding. He's quite gay, I believe. He wrote several books that, you know, I can't even think of the names of them, and my eyeballs are already starting to water because of how good they were and how touching they were. So Infinity Sun, I don't even know. I didn't even check to see if it's like a sequel or a new book or an old book or whatever, but I love him and he was on the BOGO table, so snatched him right up. One brother is the chosen one and the other has to make a choice. Brothers Emil and Brighton have always idolized the Spellwalkers, a vigilante group sworn to protect New York with their supernatural powers. Lately, though, it's becoming a problem. As much as Brighton wants to be in the center of the action for his social media channels, Emil wants no part of their war against the Bloodcasters, an enemy gang with power stolen from magical creatures. Then, Brighton is attacked on the subway, and Emil fights back with a power he didn't know he had, Phoenix Fire, thrusting them into the war. The Spellwalkers are convinced Emil is the key to saving the country, but a rogue Bloodcaster who can change his appearance at will has Emil questioning everything. The brothers are faced with an undeniable fact. One of them has what it takes to be a hero, but it's not the one who desperately wants it. Brotherhood, love, and loyalty will be put to the test, and no one will escape the fight unscathed. I'm already sobbing. I already know I'm gonna sob. It's fine. Don't worry. Such a Fun Age by Kylie Reed. Oh, it was a Reese's Book Club book. I hate Reese's Book Club because that's not a sticker. That is born in the paper. That drives me batshit crazy. Please stop doing that, everybody involved. So this one is not new, as you might guess, because it's soft cover. And I think it's got some pretty good buzz on all of the book verses. And I've been thinking about getting it from the library. It was on the BOGO table, snatched it right up. What happens when you do the right thing for the wrong reason? I gotta tell you, I don't care if people do the right thing for the wrong reason. Don't even tell me why you did it. Alex Chamberlain is a woman who gets what she wants and has made a living showing other women how to do the same. So she is shocked when her babysitter, Amira Tucker, is confronted while watching the Chamberlain's toddler one night in the aisles of their high-end supermarket. The store's security guard, seeing a young black woman out late with a white child, accuses Amira of kidnapping. A small crowd gathers, a bystander films everything, and Amira is furious and humiliated. Alex resolves to make things right, but Amira herself is aimless, broke, and wary of Alex's desire to help. At 25, she is about to lose her health insurance and has no idea what to do with her life. With the video of Amira unearths someone from Alex's past, both women find themselves on a crash course that will upend everything they think they know about themselves and each other. Such a Fun Age by Kiley Reid. It has that thing. I've been seeing people talk about this. Who cares? I really just couldn't care less about that. And finally, The Poppy War by R.F. Kuang. I thought I had started this book, but apparently it was a whole different book that has the word poppy in it, and I DNF'd it because I didn't like it. And so people kept talking about The Poppy War and how wonderful it is, and the trilogy is ending, and oh my gosh, it's so great. And I was like, that garbage? No, not that garbage. I just didn't care for whatever the other book was. So I was really interested in the fact that I had never started this book, and everybody thinks it's fabulous. So it was on the BOGO table. Or was it? I don't know. When peasant, student, soldier, goddess. When war orphan Rin aced the Kiju, the empire-wide test to find the most talented youth to learn at the academies, she surprised everyone. Test officials, the guardians who wanted to marry her off and further their criminal enterprise, and even herself. But being a dark-skinned peasant girl from the south is not easy at Sinigard, the most elite military school in Ikan. Targeted by rival classmates for her color, poverty, and gender, Rin discovers that gods long thought dead are very much alive, and that she possesses a lethal, unearthly power. An aptitude for the nearly mythical art of shamanism that could be the weapon the empire desperately needs. While Nikara is at peace, its enemy and former occupiers, the Federation of Mugen, bides its time, and a third Poppy War is just a spark away. Rin's shamanic powers may be the only way to save her people, yet as she discovers more about the god that has chosen her, the vengeful Phoenix, she fears that winning the war may cost her humanity, and it may already be too late. So I'm so glad that the other two books of this are already out, because if I love it, I'm going to have to get those right away as opposed to waiting, which I don't like to do. So what was the other book that talked about the Phoenix power? Was it Infinity Sun? So I'm thinking Phoenix Fire. I'm thinking that I'm going to need to keep I'm going to need to put a book or two in between these, not because they're going to be very similar, but because I'm going to start to mingle things up together, just like if the word usage or whatever is similar, or like it sounds like both of them have some magic people didn't know and all of that sort of stuff. If I'm going to want to remember these as separate books, I'm going to need to keep them separate in time. That's how I am. Is anybody else like that, or am I just a weirdo? I don't know. TikTok's got me thinking I've got all kinds of disorders that I don't have. But social media is like that. All right. What else was I going to tell you about today? I think that's probably it. 6 books I didn't need that I don't know where I'm going to put them on my TBR. TBRs are fake anyway, but I'll catch you on the next one.